Yo, 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 yo. Here we are in 7.3, solving two-step inequalities, our last of our Module 7 videos. So let's get after it. So make sure you've watched all of 7.1, 7.2, and then also I would hope you've watched Module 6 videos and then you know how to solve two-step equations, because if you do, that's going to make this very, very easy. So here we go, two-step inequalities. As you can predict, they are the exact same thing as two-step equations. The only difference, or the only thing that we actually really have to think about that might be a little bit different, is our rule when we have to flip our inequality. Simple, okay? And that is when we multiply or divide both sides by a negative. So we'll see what I'm talking about here in just a second. So just like with two-step equations, what I want to do is my goal is to get my variable by itself. So I'm trying to get d by itself here. So I got to get rid of this 4, and I have to get rid of the negative 3 or the minus 3. So we always get rid of our addition and our subtraction first, or just about always. So we do the opposite. So I have minus 3, so I want to get rid of that. That's the constant. So the way I get rid of my constant is I add 3. I'm going to do that to both sides. I bring down my term here with my coefficient of 4. I'm just going to bring down my inequality symbol, and I do math. So I added 3 to both sides, and I got 12. I'm left with 4 times d is greater than or equal to 12. Now again, I have to get rid of times 4 or multiply by 4, so I do the opposite, which is divide by 4. Whatever I do on one side, I do on the other. I'm going to bring my inequality symbol down, and I'm left with 3. So for all the true values for this inequality, if I have any number that's greater than or equal to 3, it'll be a true inequality. I am done. Now, if it asks you to graph, you would also need to graph that solution. But we're not going to focus on graphing on this video. We will in a couple problems, but just not right now. Try these last two. Just try them now. You already know how to solve equations. So try these, see how you do. So pause it, do them on your own. And then if you need to make any fixes once you're watching it, then you can go ahead and erase and fix and correct. Okay, so for this one on the top right, I want to get h by itself, so I'm going to add 4 to both sides. Goes away. Bring down my inequality symbol. I'm not flipping anything because I haven't multiplied or divided both sides by a negative. So I have 5 times h is greater than or equal to 15, so I'm going to divide by 5. I am dividing, which makes that go away, but I still do not flip my inequality symbol because I did not divide both sides by a negative number. So I'm done. H is greater than or equal to 3. Now for this last one, it's in a little bit of a different order, but g's right here with this divided by negative 9. So I want to get rid of the constant first. So I want to get rid of this positive 10. The opposite of positive 10 is negative 10. So I'm going to subtract 10 from both sides. Because that 10 minus 10 is 0 makes it go away. 12 minus 10 is 2. Bring down my symbol, bring down what I have left. I have g divided by negative 9. Now, because this is division, the opposite of division is multiplication. So I'm going to multiply both sides by negative 9. Those cancel. I've got my variable by itself. I have g and I have negative 18. This would be a scenario where we flip my sign because I did multiply both sides by a negative number. And that's when we flip it. So I flipped it, and now I have g is less than negative 18, because a positive times a negative is negative. Okay, you'll see some word problems. This is a nice one because this one, our inequality is already written for us. So we know Serena wants to complete the first 3 miles of a 10-mile run in 45 minutes or less, running at a steady pace. Here is the inequality that can be used to find the pace in miles per hour she can run to reach her goal. We're going to solve it, and then we're going to graph and interpret the solution. So I'm going to rewrite this out here. We are going to solve. If you want to pause it and try it on your own, do it. No reason not to. So I'm going to subtract 10 from both sides, because this is my constant. I want to get rid of my constant first. 10 minus 10 is 0, so that goes away. I do get negative 3 here, and that's fine. We don't flip anything because I have a multiplier divided both sides by negative. Bringing down this fraction symbol with the 0.75p. So then now this is where I need to do some division because I have negative 0.75 times the pace. And so to cancel out multiplication, I do division. So I'm going to divide by negative 0.75. That goes away. I'm left with p. I bring down my inequality symbol, but I'm also going to flip it because I did divide both sides by a negative number. So then I actually need to do 3 divided by 0.75. I'm actually using a calculator right now, and I get 4. And it is positive 4 because I have a negative divided by a negative. So here's what we figured out. This is the pace. This is her target pace right here. So this is the pace in miles per hour. So she can run 4 miles per hour in order to achieve her goal. And she can run for at least 4 miles per hour. It does ask us to graph. So I'm going to zoom in here on 4 on my number line. So if she goes 4 miles per hour or greater, so at least 4 miles per hour. If she can 5 miles per hour, 6 miles per hour, then she will reach her goal of her 3 miles in 45 minutes or less. Okay. Another one here. So this one's a little bit different. So at gas and wash, gasoline sells for $4 a gallon, and a car wash costs $12. So Harika wants to have her car wash and keep her total purchase under $60. So here's our inequality. So this is what we know we're already going to solve. So here's what's different though about this one. We're going to solve this, and then we're going to determine if this 10, 11, and 12 are all solutions for this particular inequality. Okay, because this is how many gallons of gas that she can afford to buy and get a car wash. So I want to figure out if any of these values are actual solutions for this inequality. So what we're going to do is we're going to solve and figure out what our possible solutions are. So I'm going to subtract 12 from both sides. I get 4 times the amount of gallons, bring down my inequality symbol, is less than 48. So now I have multiplication here. I want to divide by 4, and I'm going to do so on both sides to make that go away. I'm left with G is less than 12. So G is less than 12. Okay. Now, if G is less than 12, we want to determine which, if any of these values, is a solution. Because she wanted to spend less than $60. She wanted to keep her total under 60. So I'm looking for all values that are less than 12. So G equals 10 is a solution because that's less than 12. G equals 11. She could also buy 11 gallons of gas because that is less than 12. G equals 12 is not a solution because it does say that the amount of gallons she has to buy to keep her price under 12 has to be less than 12. 12 is equal to 12, so therefore it would be not a possible solution for this particular scenario. So 12 is not a solution. So the possible solution would be 10 and 11. Okay. That's it. This is the same thing as equation, so that's why that was pretty quick and easy. So if you know how to solve an equation, you know how to solve an equality. The big thing to remember, flip the direction of the inequality symbol. We're going to always say it 100 times until it is ingrained in our minds, engraved in our brains, and we know what we're saying, and we know when to flip our inequality symbol. Flip the direction of inequality symbol. When you multiply or divide both sides by a negative. Okay. That is crucial. So make sure that pops, make sure we can find it. make sure it's easy for us to read and understand so that we don't forget that rule, especially when we use a note to help out with anything in the future. Okay, get the independent practice done. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. Gradius out.